enough, and all I ever really wanted was a piece of the pie. My own mark on the world, like I'm living to die. I just hope that I make it alive, so I can one day hear my little baby cry. At the top of the game, it's a lonely road, so I'ma climb till you see me go. I'm the most underrated, number one, fully hated. Never back down to shit, nah, I never debated. Never had to, never would, nah, I never had it good. You ain't never walked a mile in my woods. Every other day, it's the same old thing. They say keep your head up and ain't a damn thing change. I can only hope till the day I go. I ain't never gonna quit, and that's all I know. So
I walk this lonely road, barely holding on. It's how the story's told, barely holding on. I play the stereo, barely holding on. I grip the microphone, barely holding on. I'm barely holding on, 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 barely holding on.
I've been barely holding on for a while now. I feel like I'm really gone, wanna cry out. Where am I, who am I, wanna find out. All I know is I know I'ma die proud. It's not about where you been, where you coming from. It's not about what you seen, what you done, son. It's all about where you go when the time comes. You ain't never know till you roll with the outcome. Sick of living life, looking through the rear view, thinking about the past, worried about how to hear you. Nah, man, the time has come, and I'ma walk on the path till I learn to run. Staying proud of the things that I've overcome, and if I'm dealt more shit, I'ma shuffle them. Out the deck like an ace, take a look at my face. You see the pain in my eyes from the dream I chase.
I walk this lonely road, barely holding on. It's how the story's told, barely holding on. I play the stereo, barely holding on. I grip the microphone, barely holding on. I'm barely holding on, 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 barely holding on.
I've been living on my own since the age of 16. I've been through a lot of shit like you wouldn't believe. In and out the crack house, finally put the Mac down, pick the mic up, Wapakio records, pay the bills now. You can find me on that lonely road, looking for the one place I can call it home. I've been in and out of jail cells, back and forth with drug sales, free as a bird and I don't need to tell thug tales. So what you think you know, never really what it is till your faith is grown. Take a walk on the path of the great unknown. You'll be amazed at what you find when you make it home. Do you really wanna chase your soul, or you afraid of what you find when its face is shown? Do you really wanna live in the past? I've been driven to ask, let your faith be known.
I walk this lonely road, barely holding on. It's how the story's told, barely holding on. I